This model from Corgi is of an old Seddon Atkinson Strato tractor, and it's hooked up to a flatbed trailer. In a nice quality box there's a Corgi collector card, and it contains the unique serial number of the model because only 1,000 were made. Seddon Atkinson was an old British truck maker that was ultimately absorbed by Iveco in 1990. This vehicle is in the colours of the UK haulage company Brian Harris, and just like Seddon Atkinson, it no longer exists. Inside the box are the usual parts of the trailer and the tractor, and there's also a bag of small parts to fit to the tractor, and there's a bag full of pieces for the load. As usual for a Corgi model, there's not too much assembly to do, you just need to add in the mirrors to the cab. It's easy enough to do, and the fit of the parts is just good enough so they don't drop out as soon as you let go of them. Maybe it would be nicer if these things were permanently fitted in the factory, but at least this way they don't arrive broken off as shipping damage. The last part to fit is the roof aerial, and that just plugs into place in the hole in the roof. The chassis has a little more detail than some Corgi models and has the semblance of some engine parts at the front. And although the tyres are all the same design, the wheels are very smart with highlighted wheel nuts. The modelling of the cab of the Strato is really quite nice, the roof is plain, but the name bar on top is excellent, and the rest of the detailing looks great with the Seddon Atkinson emblem and a realistic number plate. As you come to expect from Corgi, the quality of the graphics and the paintwork is really good, and it makes a very attractive model. On the side of the chassis there's a realistic exhaust pipe with a hole, and at the rear the mud flaps are made of a flexible material. In addition to the CranesEtcTV website, another place you can visit is the CranesEtcTV Facebook page. It's a place where you can find update information about the website and also where you can comment on the models. And of course for the Facebook page and the model reviews, if you like it, you can like it. Most of the trailer is metal and it's a fairly simple piece of modelling, and that includes the landing legs which are fixed castings. But again, the graphics are quite nice, there's lettering down the trailer edges and the wheels look convincing. Up on top the deck surface is patterned to represent planking, although I'm not too sure about the colour. At the rear there is a number plate and the lights are painted. The model comes with a load and that includes a set of tarpaulins modelled in resin, although it seems a little wide. There are some timber balks and the metal chain looks really good with its rusty finish. At CranesEtcTV we go to great lengths to ensure staff retention. Out on the test track and the old Seddon Atkinson trundles along just fine. There's no working suspension or steering, but you can certainly spin your wheels on this one. Moving on to the trailer, and it has limited functionality too, it certainly rolls along fine. And this particular trailer has a lot of play in the axles to represent suspension. The good thing about that movement in the axles is that when the trailer is parked up, not attached to a tractor, then even if it's not quite level because of the shorter landing legs, at least the wheels are all grounded. This model has coiled air lines on the tractor and they can be attached to the trailer, and it's best to do that before you fix the trailer onto the tractor. It is a bit fiddly, but once it's pressed firmly into place it stays in place. The kingpin of the trailer then just drops into the fifth wheel on the tractor, and once it's all joined up it's a fairly good connection. There's a good degree of movement between the tractor and the trailer, and you just need to make sure you don't stretch the air lines. This model comes with an interesting chain load and a few other parts, and that includes the tarpaulin and just a few timber balks. The metal chain is all taped and wrapped on a piece of cardboard, so you need to unwind it. And then you can get on with loading up the truck. So we'll start by placing the tarpaulins right up against the headboard, and then as per the photo of the model you put some of the timber balks down the edges of the deck, although I'm surprised there's not more of them. Then you can let your artistic juices flow and place the chain on the deck in whichever way you think looks interesting. Once the chain's on board you can then finish off by adding the remainder of the timber balks. And with the load on board it does produce an interesting looking truck. But the trailer is a flatbed so you can put whatever you like on it, so here we'll add a couple of tower crane sections just for something different. In summary, Corgi has as usual produced a very attractive looking model. And although there's not too much in the way of working features, it's a robustly made model with very good paint and graphics. So if you like a good looking historic truck, it's certainly recommended.